Hello everyone, a very warm welcome again to the virtual session of science. I hope you all are doing very well, children, and I'm very much hopeful you all are maintaining your notebook. So, as you all know, we have already started with the chapter Air Around Us, and in the Zoom session, you have seen the air, the constituent of the air. You have seen how Earth is covered with the envelope of the atmosphere, and the atmosphere have 5 layers. We have seen the all 5 different layers of the atmosphere appear in the Zoom session, children. We have seen stratosphere, mesosphere, you have seen thermosphere, and how they covered the earth and give an envelope to the earth, and the ozone layer help in the taking care of the UV radiation of the sun rays. It protect us from the direct UV radiation or the UV rays of the sunlight. All that you have seen in the previous session, in the Zoom session, children. So let us see what are we going to have in this session. We are going to continue with the chapter Air Around Us, and I hope you all have already put in the index. You have added this chapter in the index, and on a fresh page please do write all the points discussed in the video sessions. So please continue to write. I hope you will have written notes from the Zoom session. So let us continue with the chapter Air Around Us. What are we learning today? Let us see. We will see constituents of air in detail. We have seen atmosphere and different layers of the atmosphere in the previous session. In this session we are actually going to see what is air made up of. What are the different gases which air forms a mixture of different gases. So let us see the constituents of air. What is the composition of the air, how various gases combine and they form a mixture of gases, and that is actually the air, along with the dust particles, smoke and all that add to the natural constituents of the air, like all the harmful gases and all as a pollutant they go in the air and they mix with the air, and that air is very harmful to us. So let us see. Air is a mixture of number of gases and some other particles such as water vapor. Air contains water vapor which helps maintain the water cycle. When air comes in contact with cold surfaces, it is these vapors that turn into or condense into droplets of water. So that is how we get rain. So as you all know, you all have learned about water cycle. It is evaporation and condensation of water vapor in the air. That cycle repeats itself, and this is how we get rain, and this is how we get water, that is fresh water. So air may also consist of water vapor. The amount of water vapor in the air from place to place, they will differ and from time to time. At a normal 30 degrees Celsius, for instance, can contain say up to 4% of water vapor. So at a normal temperature, if you see 30 degree, just an example over here, it will contain 4% of water vapor. So the content of water vapor in the air, it differ from place to place and time to time. So air is a mixture of various gases and some other particles, and some other particle, that is water vapor, also becomes the main content of the air. Please do write all this in your notebook, children. Then next constituent of the air is the oxygen. As you all know, oxygen is the gas at the room temperature. So it is the oxygen in the air that helps humans and animals carry out the respiration process. So how important oxygen is for us? Without oxygen we will not survive. We need oxygen for breathing, for respiration, for various cellular activities in our body. We require oxygen, and that is present in the air. Oxygen is also required for fire to keep burning. So it helps burning, that's why we need oxygen. If we were to keep an inverted tumbler covering a burning candle, the candle will go off in a few seconds because of the lack of oxygen containing air in the tumbler. And dry air is said to contain about 21% of oxygen. So without water vapor, that is dry air, will contain the composition of the oxygen in the air is 21%. Please do write all this in your notebook, children. And oxygen is a very important constituent in the air, because all the life which depend on oxygen for respiration will die due to lack of oxygen. So oxygen in the atmosphere, in the air, is a must. So such an important constituent in the air which we get from the nature. Then we'll see nitrogen. Dry air, that is without water vapor, is said to contain about 78% of nitrogen. This component of air helps plants in their growth process. So the presence of nitrogen is actually, it will help in the growth of plants, because this nitrogen will be fixed by some kind of bacteria in the soil, and it will convert them into some kind of nitrates, which will provide nutrients to the plants to grow. That's why nitrogen also becomes very, very important gas in the air, and this is one of the main constituent in the air. You can see the content, the composition is 78%, quite a big composition, a huge composition of the air contains nitrogen gas. Then let us see carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is a very small component of air. That means it's only 0.04%. So it's very little composition of carbon dioxide in the air. And what is the use of it? Let us see. And is a byproduct of respiration by humans and animals. So when we do respiration, you all know we inhale oxygen and we give out carbon dioxide. So all animals and humans, respiration, they give out carbon dioxide. Fire also uses up oxygen to burn and then produces carbon dioxide. So fire requires oxygen to burn, and when it burns, it gives out carbon dioxide in the air. And few other gases, upon burning, they also give out carbon dioxide. This is why we feel suffocated if there is something burning inside a room, because the oxygen level goes down and carbon dioxide content becomes very high. And carbon dioxide is toxic for us to inhale, because that we actually give out during respiration, during breathing process. So we don't require carbon dioxide, we require oxygen. That's why in a room where something is burning, you feel suffocated because of lack of oxygen and because of larger content of carbon dioxide. This happens due to an excess of carbon dioxide as the fire continues to burn in the room, choking out oxygen in the air. That means oxygen level will go down and that will affect our breathing. So please do write about carbon dioxide and nitrogen in your notebook, children. Then dust and smoke, the other particles present in the air, what exactly they are, let us see. Smoke is another component given out when fire burns. So it is very harmful and adds fine dust particles and few other gases to the air. That is actually pollutant in the air. That is very harmful to us. Inhaling all such harmful dust particles and harmful gases will cause adverse effect on our health. This is why industries use long chimneys in order to release this smoke in the air. So nowadays we don't have this kind of industries where you have harmful substance burning and they are releasing harmful gases. In residential areas, they are being set up at the remote areas where they don't have residential area much, and the chimneys are very tall, so that all the harmful gases, dust particles, smoke and everything goes out high in the atmosphere, and they do not come down at the residential area because they are very harmful. But as we know, this act is what contributes to the pollution in the environment. So all these add to the pollution of the environment, and we need to be very careful to keep our environment clean, because as you know, we inhale oxygen, we require oxygen to survive, and we give out carbon dioxide during respiration. Air also contains very fine dust particles which can be seen with a beam of light enters a dark room. So if you see in a dark room, you must have seen in your daily life situations where in a dark room you have a hole where the light entering, you see tiny particles flying around in the beam. they are actually the dust particles. It is hence advised by elders to breathe only through our nose and not through our mouth, so that the fine hair and the mucus in the nose is able to filter out these dust particles, so that we don't inhale them and harm ourselves. So the provision is given by the nature. In our nose we have fine hairs, and the mucus will not allow the dust particles or the harmful smoke or gas to enter through our nose. So all the dust particle is taken care of, and that's why we always as far as possible should try to breathe in through our nose and not through our mouth, because the mouth can engulf all the harmful particles. I hope this is clear, and I hope you are writing there, children. So this is how the composition of air. You can see this kind of chart. This diagram shows the composition of various gases present in the air. Nitrogen 78%, carbon dioxide, water vapor and other gases all together accounts to 1%, and oxygen you can see 21%. So this diagram gives you a clear idea about the composition of the air, and I hope this is very clear. Please take this down. Composition of the air, you will write in your notebook: 78% nitrogen, carbon dioxide, water vapor and other gases 1%, and oxygen 21%. This composition should be very clear in your mind, and you should know very well air is a mixture of various gases, water vapor, dust particles and all that. How much is the content, you should know very well. So you just have to write in the notebook the composition of the air. You need not draw the diagram. At least you mention in your notebook the composition of the air. The composition of the components of air, as we can see from the figure above, oxygen and nitrogen together make up 99% of air. 78 plus 21, that will give you 99% of the air. And while the other components you can see is merely 1% of all air in an environment. This is very important for you to understand. So here we come to an end of the session, children. I hope you find this session interesting, and kindly make notes in your notebook so that you can revisit concepts whenever you require. Thank you, children, and have a wonderful day.